Dagestan, southeastern Russia. Endless horizons, lush green landscapes and rugged mountains. Here, martial arts aren't just a hobby, they're a way of life. And a child of this land is about to witness the birth of a fighting legend. 1988, you were born. Your name is Khabib Nurmagomedov. Your father, Abdulmanap, is a judo and sambo champion in the Russian army. After his military service, he uses his experience to train the local village kids, keeping them off the wrong path. He gets married, has 3 children, and naturally gets them into sports from a very young age. But one of them is different. You. When you turn 11, Abdulmanap takes you and 10 other village kids under his wing. He rents a house for you all. For years, this is your life, just training and studying. Little Khabib's early training looks a bit different though. Abdulmanap makes you wrestle a bear cub. Your father wants you to develop an iron will. But then, you turn into a fighter who keeps losing in amateur tournaments. One day, you ask your dad, "Why are you doing this? We just go out there and lose." Abdulmanap's answer is short. You can't learn how to win without losing. 2008, your first professional MMA fight. Without throwing a single punch on your feet, you take your opponent down. You finish him in the first round with a triangle choke. For the next 4 years, you fight all across Russia in different promotions. You never lose. 4 wins in a single month. Then you win the Atrium Cup tournament. You finish your 12th opponent, 16-0. And the UFC takes notice. Finally, you sign the deal. January 20th, 2012, your UFC debut. Kamal Shaloris. You finish him with a rear naked choke, but your striking has serious issues. Your spacing is off, and your punches look incredibly sluggish. Still, you get a little better with every single fight. The Thiago Tavares fight, a BJJ black belt. The big question, when it goes to the ground, will BJJ or Combat Sambo come out on top? You answer it yourself. You knock him out with ground and pound. You don't even need to wrestle. Next up, Rafael dos Anjos. Another strong wrestler. You dominate all 3 rounds. Unanimous decision win. After winning the Michael Johnson fight, you look straight into the microphone. Alhamdulillah, I want to say something. I wanted to stay humble, but you guys talk too much. Conor was a chicken at the beginning of the year, and at the end of the year, he's fighting for the belt. How interesting. Hey, the numbers are real. Ireland is 6 million, Russia is 150 million, and everyone laughs, but you aren't laughing. When you should have been given the next title shot, Conor McGregor gets it instead. Conor was putting the UFC on the map. He was making the money. The promotion couldn't ignore that. An interim title fight gets booked against Max Holloway, but he misses weight. Al Iaquinta steps in, the number 11 guy, thrown straight into a title fight. It doesn't matter. You dominate for 5 rounds. 50-44 on the judges' scorecards. You are the new UFC Lightweight Champion. But the real story is just beginning. There used to be a mutual respect between you and Conor. You actually liked his style. But when Conor moved up to lightweight and entered the title picture, that friendship started to fade. And then came the Artem Lobov incident. In a Russian interview, Lobov criticizes you. He says you pulled out 6 times. He calls you a chicken. He says Conor is the real champion. In 2018, you run into Lobov at a hotel in New York. You slap him. The cameras catch everything. The news reaches Ireland. Conor rents a private jet, packs it with his crew, and flies to New York. They storm the Barclays Center garage. The bus carrying you and other fighters is right there. Conor picks up a dolly and throws it, shattering the window. Fighters inside are injured. Conor gets arrested. Court, fines, and then the fight is booked. UFC 229, October 6, 2018. T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas. The highest-selling PPV in UFC history, 2.4 million buys. At the press conferences, Conor attacks everything. Your father, your religion, your country. There are no boundaries. You stay silent. The fight begins. In the second round, a left hook lands. Conor is rocked, but you don't even need the takedown. In the second round, you completely control him. You spend the third round on your feet, and Conor makes good use of it. Some stats even favor him that round. For the first time in your career, you lose a round, but your plan doesn't change. In the 4th round, you lock onto his jaw, a neck crank. At the 3-minute mark, Conor taps. The fight is over, but it's not over. You jump over the cage. You go straight after Conor's corner, targeting Dylan Dennis. 2 members of your team jump into the cage. Conor is still inside, and they go after him. Chaos. You get a 9-month suspension and a $500,000 fine. Your $2 million purse is withheld. In the post-fight press conference, you apologized to Nevada. I was provoked. He talked about my family, my religion, and my country. I apologize for this, but that was the reason. In your next fight, you face Dustin Poirier in Abu Dhabi. Poirier is tough. He locks in a tight guillotine out of nowhere, but you stay calm. You escape. You finish him with a rear naked choke. Tears fill your father's eyes. From the corner, he watches you win. UFC 254, 2020, Justin Gaethje. But first, life takes something away from you. July 2020, coronavirus. Your father, Abdulmanap, passes away just 4 months before the fight. Before the match, you don't say a word to anyone. On the outside, you look cold, calm, and focused, but only you know what's happening inside. In the first round, you stay on your feet. Gaethje takes the first round. In the second round, you execute the game plan. Triangle choke. Gaethje goes unconscious. The fight is over, and you break down in tears. In the post-fight interview, you say, "I'm keeping the promise I made to my mother. I promised her I wouldn't keep fighting without my father." 29-0, undefeated, retired. After retirement, you start your own promotion. You buy Guerrilla Fighting Championship and rename it Eagle Fighting Championship. You keep coaching. You pave the way for Dagestani fighters, and dozens of them join the UFC after you. In the 30-year history of the UFC, 43% of the fighters coming out of Russia are Dagestani, from a place with just 3 million population. That's no coincidence. That was Abdulmanap's plan. A lot of people found your style boring. They said, "I don't want to watch wrestling." You were well aware of that. But in a sport where you're expected to get cut, broken, and bloodied, you finished 29 fights undefeated throughout your career. Has anyone else ever done that? Dana White once said he was never cut, he was never knocked down. He never took a shot to the chin because his hand was always in the right place. 0 mistakes. No opponent ever got their hand raised. No opponent ever got their hand raised against you. The most dominant champion to ever live in the lightweight division. There are a few things that can't be denied about you. Your father didn't just teach you technique, he taught you morals. You always respected your opponents. After the Poirier fight, you swapped shirts. You auctioned that shirt off for $100,000 and donated every penny to Poirier's charity. From the rugged terrain of Dagestan, from the boy wrestling a bear cub to the most dominant champion in UFC history, from the kid who came home with losses every night to the eagle who fulfilled his father's master plan, and from that final look from your father to those tears in Abu Dhabi, your story is actually 2 stories, one inside the cage and one outside of it. And neither of them is truly over. Now, I have a question for the viewers. If you were to write a book about Khabib, what would the title and the final sentence be? Let's talk in the comments. I'll share the comment with the most likes as a post in our next video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on our upcoming videos.